Allah several times in the Quran speaks about the Israelites. Who are the Israelites? The Israelites, they're the sons of Jacob, Yaqub. Yaqub had 12 sons. 12 sons. Yusuf is one of them, Binyamin, Lawi, and Yehuda, and several others. These came to be known as Bani Israel. Israel, who's Israel? You know, one time there's a surah in the Quran, Surah Al-Isra. It's called Bani Israel. I remember one time this guy, he came, he said, look at Israel. They even infiltrated into our Quran. It says Israel is in the Quran. So the guy didn't know Bani Israel, it means Israel is Yaqub. Yaqub, Jacob, his name is Israel. And Bani Israel are the children of Israel. So they are mentioned many times in the Quran. They're referred to many times in the Quran because they have many stories with many prophets. Moses, he was from Bani Israel. Jesus also was from Bani Israel. In fact, the majority of the prophets, they were all from the Israelites. So, because it comes Abraham, he had 2 sons, Ismail and Ishaq, Ishmael and Isaac. From Ismail comes Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa alayhi, Prophet Muhammad. From Isaac comes Yaqub, who is Israel. And then from Israel are his 12 sons. And the 12 sons, they are the fathers of all of the other prophets. The other non-Arab prophets. Because, you know, Prophet Hud, Prophet Saleh, Idris, they're in a different category. So, for example, Sulaiman, Dawood, Musa, Harun, these are all from the Israelites. Now, there are many stories with the Israelites. The Israelites, they were the monotheists of the time. They were good people. They were the children of the prophets, but they also had issues. You know, the brothers of Yusuf, they came and they throw their brother in the well. This is an issue. Then came Musa, they were enslaved and they were persecuted. Prophet Musa, he came and he saved them. He saved them, he guided them all the way from Pharaoh, and they took them, and they crossed the ocean, the sea, and they saved them. So after they were saved, they did several things. They broke the covenant with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Not all of them, of course, but some of them did. For example, they started worshiping the calf. They started asking, as soon as they crossed the sea, they told Prophet Musa, they passed by idol worshippers. They told Prophet Musa, we also want a God. We want to see our God. So they started doing many things that the Quran mentions, and the Quran keeps talking about Bani Israel, Bani Israel. The Quran is telling us this, so the Quran is trying to tell us, oh Muslims, learn a lesson from people that came before you. You have been given a prophet, you have been given signs. Don't fall in the same errors that people before you fell in. You know, it is said that many of the prophets of Allah, they were persecuted. They were killed by the Israelites at that time. Of course, not all of them, but many of the prophets, they were killed and they were persecuted by some of the Israelites at the time. So Allah keeps saying, Ya Bani Israel, Ya Bani Israel, اذكروا نعمتي التي أنعمت عليكم وإني فضلتكم على العالمين. O sons of Israel, remember the blessings that we have given you, and we have chosen you, we have protected you, we have saved you, we have sent you prophets and miracles in front of you. How could you disobey when you have seen all the signs in front of you? So all of these, O sons of Israel, remember the ni'mah, and I have chose you, because Allah chose them by giving them prophets and messengers to show them the way. And this is a lesson for us, a lesson for the Muslims, to see that, okay, Allah has given us also a prophet. And just as they had 12 tribes, and just as Jesus, he had 12 disciples, Rasulullah also has 12 imams. And he says in a hadith that is accepted by all Muslims, he says, Al-Khulafa min ba'di ithna ashar. There are 12 Khalifas after me. Kulluhum min Quraysh min wildi Fatima. They are all from Quraysh and they are from the descendants of Fatima. So this shows us that there is this parallelism, Christianity, Judaism and Islam, and there's a lot of similarities. So the Quran gives us stories of prophets, it gives us stories of Jesus, the people during the time of Jesus, it gives us stories of Moses and the people during their time, not because the Quran wants to waste our time, a storybook, but because the Quran wants us to learn lessons.